were you all, because, you know, now people have the conversation about him and say he should have been out of the hood. He shouldn't have been still living in Chicago. Like, he should have known that this kind of shit would have happened to him in Chicago. Like, as somebody who was close to him, did you feel that way? Did you feel like, bro, you're too famous, you should get out of here, or you should at least not be moving around?
I used to tell him all the time. Duck was out of Chicago. You feel me? Duck didn't live in Chicago. You feel me? He wasn't too far from it though. You feel me? But it's more so. I used to tell him that too. Like, you still need to get farther. Shit, I think you need to move farther. But it's like Duck was a real family-oriented person. Like, he cared about the family. Like, he made sure the family was good. I can't sit here and say he was able to take the whole family with him. You feel me? But he was staying here to make sure the family good. I can honestly say that. Like, everything he did was for the family. Whether it was bought cars, it was one time he bought a van just for the family. That motherfucker ain't last for like 2 weeks. They crashed it though.
Really?
Hell yeah.
Oh, man.
He was mad as hell.
That's fucked up.
But yeah, he was that type of person. Like, he was making sure everybody was good. But I feel like I told him, like, I feel like you got too much of a big heart. You feel me? You got to think about yourself sometimes and think about, you know what I'm saying? Take some time off and work on yourself, on your career, because you got a platform, you there. You feel me?
Right.
All you got to do is get heads on and get that tunnel vision. You will get there. You feel me? And that's what he was doing. He was doing that. He was doing that. He was traveling more. We was just talking. We was all before, like a week before he died, we was all planning a trip to Miami. We was all gonna go. You feel me? Me and Duck was gonna go out there on some business type shit and find a studio to work in. You know, we was gonna be out there for like a week, but just to do shit different. And we all just wanted to do, you know, just traveling. We was just talking about traveling so much before he died.
Damn, that's sad. Yeah, I mean, okay, so in terms of the Duck situation, though, do you feel like he was genuinely bothered once the whole 63rd thing started to kind of become a meme, and like his, you know, very much felt like certain people in the industry were, you know, sort of hating on him and his neighborhood as like a reoccurring meme, as like a promotional stunt of sorts?
It wasn't, I wouldn't say it hurt him, you know what I'm saying? Because Duck was the type, really don't let nothing, can't nothing really get to him. He'll laugh at the shit like, that shit goofy, you know what I'm saying? But when you got people, it's not the fact that they saying it, it's the fact that they got other people saying it. You see what I'm saying? When you got other people that's saying it that don't got nothing to do with nothing, don't know what's going on, never been in the hood, just saying smoking Tuco, I'm not from 63rd, just shit like that. It's like y'all making people choose a side. It's almost like you putting a person in your beef. It's almost like you putting a person in danger even by doing shit like that, because you don't know what a person will do, how much a person love a person, or they block what you disrespecting. You know what I'm saying? There's crazy ass people out here that'll get up with you. You know what I'm saying? Find your ass. But it's more so, it ain't really affect them. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, it's just like, shit. He looked at it like, I'm going to do it back to y'all ass. You feel me? It was like y'all want to send shots? I'm going to send shots back. That's what it was. And it's like, I'm a dish your peoples on the dead song. I'm going to dish your dead homies on a song. And I'm going to let now you in the club and they done threw this shit on and you got to hear it. You feel me? Now you in the club looking stupid. That's just how it be. You feel me? And it's like, that's what it was. It was like a shot back. Duck wasn't like too fond of dissing dead people. Like, he ain't like that shit like that. It's just more so like he a family person. He protect his family. He gonna stand up for his family, and that's all he was doing.
No, yeah, when you paint that image of like somebody being in the club and having to hear a record where somebody's talking about somebody's dead homies, I mean, that's like, deep. Whatever we could be trying to do to decrease the violence and make Chicago chill the fuck deep. Out. I mean, that's the kind of thing that's just throwing kerosene on the flames.
You got these promoters, like these DJs, people who play shit on the radio, and it'd be a lot of shit that used to be disrespectful, and it was like, this the thing, like with us, if we was to do it, they'd be like, that's disrespectful, it won't get played on the radio or something. But you got a Chief Keef song, he on this bitch, smoking Tuka. You see what I'm saying? You on the radio saying this shit, but it's like, they promoting it, and it's like, who is really the ones that's promoting and the ones that's really do they like this shit? Do they want this shit to keep going on?
Like once an artist gets popular enough or whatever, they're just gonna take the fact that they're offended by it, and that's going out the window, right?
But they don't look at the fact that you got people, mamas on the internet crying about this shit. Her son, and probably got thousands of people in her DM or something, DMing her goofy shit, just took of this, or she just might be somewhere and hear a song and hear took of this, and it's her son. You know what I'm saying? That she might have to relive that shit every time she hear that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's really bold of her to come out and lay her feelings on display, because it forces people to really think about how fucked up it is to just keep, it's bad enough that people getting killed in the streets. There's a whole nother level to like have to infect the music with that and have to make a mom have to deal with that over and over. I mean, she should have been healing for damn near 10 years from losing her kid, And instead it's like an open wound that keeps getting ripped back open.
Yeah, that ain't, but that's just Chicago, man, how they is. And
yeah, definitely. Do you, so that was a crazy time period where the comments were just filling up with the 63rd thing. Like that was just a wild like moment for me to be like, wow, like all these kids are getting involved in this fucking, like by turning something into a joke or a meme, it's kind of like you could get kids on board with it to a level that they might not have been previously.
Yeah, that's like almost like manipulating the mind.
Exactly. Okay, so can we talk about how you found out about Duck's passing? Because he, that was one thing people were really shocked about, was that he didn't die in the hood. He died in a nicer area of Chicago when he was just out shopping.
Yeah, that's like, when I found out shit, I was at like a little rib spot somewhere. I was in the car, literally pulled over to eat my food. If you know how you be at the restaurant, you gotta eat your food in the car. But I got a call from my pops. He called me. He was like, "Yeah, Duck just got shot." You feel me? And I'm like, "Damn, just got shot." But I'm not thinking of nothing too major. By the way he said it, it was like he just got shot. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So he hung up. I'm calling around trying to see what's going on. I finally get, you know what I'm saying? I called. Nobody know what's going on. Everybody saying they took him to the hospital. You feel me? They rushed him to the hospital. So, see, me personally, I don't like going to the hospital and seeing that type of shit. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? So even when like my best friend passed away, I didn't go to the hospital when he was up there, because it was like, I just, I'm not, I don't know, I just don't like being at that type of shit. But I was at home with my mama. I went home with my mama, and I told her what was going on. We just cut the news on. She was praying right there. She got the praying. She was just like, my mama get the praying. She get nervous, you know what I'm saying? But I just watched the news. They announced it. That's when I found out. They was like, so-and-so, another male was shot in critical condition, and a 27-year-old male pronounced deceased. That's when I knew. That shit crushed me, Just to see it on the news, like that was when it all hit me. My mama just broke down. It's just like, yeah, that shit was hard. It was tough,
Yeah. Yeah. And so was there a period of time where you weren't sure if he was going to pass? I guess like once you've seen so many people get shot and survive, it's like you kind of just start to assume
honestly,
that it's not going to end that way.
It was to a point where it was like I said, it's like I couldn't even cry. It was so deep, like I just watching my mama cry, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be strong for her, you know what I'm saying? And be strong for his mama. But it's just a deep pain, like I've seen this shit a lot of times, And it's like when it hit, it's like you just gotta prepare yourself. You gotta mentally for the whole process that's gonna happen behind it, like the funeral. That's everything that went through my mind. When I first heard he died, I thought about when we was young. That's what I thought about. That's the first thing hit me, like, damn, all these years, Then just get to thinking about the funeral, how all this finna be, how everybody finna be acting, how that shit was just tough, man.
Yeah.
For the family.
Do you think that he was paranoid at that time? You think he was moving around like thinking that people really wanted to do something to him? And it's one thing for people to want to do something to you. It's another thing for people to want to do something to you so bad that they're gonna, hunt you down in a nice ass area where you don't expect that to be the case.
I think he was basically, honestly, Duck not the type to be all scared or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because he, like as y'all saw whatever it was, he had it on him. It was what it was, but I don't think he was. I think it was more so startled, like, you know what I'm saying, when he seen him. I think he peeped whatever he saw. You feel me? He saw it first before it happened, and it was more so like he just couldn't control the situation. You feel me? And that's how it happened. You know, like you say, he was going to get something for his son. You know what I'm saying? I could see if he was up there even shopping for him. You know, I'll be like, he shouldn't have been there. But it's like, everything happened for a reason, you know. It's like he was there for his son. It's like look at what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? What fathers, even some fathers don't even do that. Some rappers don't even go in stores for their son. At the end of the day, he felt like it was his job as a father to go in here to get something for his son. You feel me?
Right.
But when it happened, it happens, and it's like it happened fast. Shit. I just feel like he just sat there and thought about it like, damn, it happened.
Yeah.
But I know Duck, he went out like a G, you hear me? He sat there and he thought about all us. He thought about the family, everybody. And he know what he left on, his legacy, you feel me? He left a great legacy.
Right.
I'm gonna make sure it live on,
Do you live with the fear? Like, is that a constant in your mind that kind of thing could happen to you?
Yeah, I think about that all the time, like even before the fame, before rap, you know what I'm saying? Just how Chicago is, you gotta think like that. Like, it could happen to you anywhere, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was downtown, you feel me? Like, this shit can happen anywhere, especially if you in his life or if you even living around that environment type of shit that's happening. You gotta be prepared for that shit. You gotta be mentally ready, you know what I'm saying? And prepare yourself. You gotta adapt to what you're around, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
How's it been seeing the outpouring of support from people who his music meant something to? Even stuff like, seeing his mom go on Vlad and, talk about how all affected her. Like, how has it felt in terms of how he's being remembered and everything? It's been such a fucked up year, to be honest, that it's almost like people have a hard time focusing on one tragedy for too long.
Yeah, it's definitely been a crazy year, man. You don't even get no time to grieve. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just lost another son. You know what I'm saying? Before that, like, maybe a year or two before that. You know what I'm saying? It's like you don't get that time to grieve. It's like it's just back to back. Like, that shit will have you numb.